Aloha again, everybody, and welcome to our September 2021 market report. This month, we're going to take a more traditional look at the real estate data in an effort to bring some clarity to the market. If you stay till the end, I'm going to leave you with 3 important strategies that are going to help you win if you're looking at buying a property in this market right now. Also, I have a question for you. I'm always really fascinated by the public perception of the market. So I want to know, where do you think this market will be in 18 months from now? Will prices be higher, about the same, or lower? I'm Mike Drutar. I'm the principal broker of NextHome Paradise Realty in Kailua, Kona, and I'm here to look at the data with you for September 2021. In North Kona, we had 46 houses sold in September. This was 7 fewer than a year ago. The median price was $887,450, an increase of $92,450 over last year. The North Kona condo market had 37 sales, which was 6 fewer than last year, and a median price of $440,000, up $50,000. Up in South Kohala, we had 27 houses sold. That was down 4, and a median price of $865,000, up $75,000 over last year. And finally, the South Kohala condos, we saw 33 sales there, up 15 from a year ago, and a median price of $805,000, which was a massive increase of $260,000 over last year. Now we have to remember that last year in September, we still had a very limited tourist market here. Kohala condos, which are primarily short-term vacation rentals, had almost no income, making them very unattractive investments. Fast forward to the current market, and Hawaii is now someplace that people can go, and vacation rentals are booked out months in advance for record prices. Because of this, we're seeing a real boom in the short-term vacation rental condo market, and that's why Kohala condos are the only market segment with significant growth in terms of both sold price and units sold. When we add up all the units sold for all 4 of those categories, we're actually down 2 units. Our combined North Kona and South Kohala residential chart shows that the median price moved down $50,000, and we had our 5th consecutive month of a decrease in units sold. For the first time in 4 months, we had a small but noticeable uptick in luxury sales, though we are still very, very far from our highs back in the spring. Our 90th percentile sale is exactly where it was last month at $2.6 million. Currently, there are 39 houses on the market in North Kona and South Kohala listed at $1.5 million or above, and there are 50 active listings of houses below $1.5 million. Our combined condo market shows a return to the decreasing of sales over the previous month. The median price spiked at $610,000, another all-time high, and nearly $50,000 over the previous all-time high. There are only 17 condos listed under $750,000. For condos over $750,000, there are 33 active listings today. This is 2 consecutive months where we can see a bit of a slower pace for luxury sales of both houses and condos. One trend that I'd really love to see change is the number of you who are subscribers. According to YouTube, only 12.7% of you are subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you watching. If you're liking the information that I'm bringing you, I'd appreciate it even more if you consider smashing that subscribe button for me. All right, let's take a quick look at some important information that you're going to want to keep an eye on in real estate today. Number 1, the Federal Housing Finance Administration published their new conforming loan limits, and they're up big. For most of the country, the limit is $548,250, but for Alaska and Hawaii, the conforming loan limit is $822,375. This is a really important number to be aware of. If you have a loan at or below this number, your loan can be sold on the secondary market. If your loan is over that amount, your loan originating company will have a more difficult time selling the loan, which means a higher interest rate for you because they pretty much sell all their loans. The second thing to notice is that mortgage rates are back above 3% again. This is something that any buyer needs to take into account. If you are sensitive to mortgage rates, you may want to consider moving pretty quickly. Rates are expected to continue to rise for the remainder of the year. To be honest with you, at the most recent reported inflation rate of 5.3% in August and the current interest rate of 3%, you're essentially being given 2.3% to borrow someone else's money. That's a good deal no matter how you look at it. If ever there was a time to leverage your debt in order to buy property, it's now. Told you guys I'd have 3 strategies for you to help you win if you're a buyer in this challenging market, and here they are. Number 1, use escalation clauses to make your offer more competitive. We're seeing these happen with great success, and we're even having our finance clients beating out cash offers. An escalation clause will list your top price and will tell the sellers that you're willing to beat their next best offer by X number of dollars. This allows the buyer to be competitive with any offer all the way up to the limit that they're comfortable with. At the same time, they can make sure they're not unnecessarily just throwing too much money at a property if it's not as competitive as one individual buyer may think. The second thing is work with an agent who gets along with other agents. So often, new and even seasoned agents can go into every negotiation like it's a war. They fight for control, make unreasonable demands, and use really hardball tactics. Now, there may be a time and a place for that, but agents who have a reputation for being hard to deal with will find themselves and their clients losing out on competitive offer situations time and time again. Look, buying or selling a home is going to be stressful even in the best of circumstances. From a seller's agent's perspective, why make things more stressful for their clients by getting into a contract with a buyer's agent who will make the transaction difficult? If your agent has a reputation for being difficult to deal with, you may find that you're missing out on some great properties. And your third strategy, learn what the other party needs from the transaction. For me, I call the listing agent to let them know that we're writing an offer. Are there any special terms that the sellers need? Do they need a fast close? Do they need a lease back so they have time to find a new home? By finding out what the stress points are for the seller, we can craft an offer that takes the stress out of the transaction, and a lot of times that can be the difference between winning and losing. If you'd like to know a little bit more about the properties on the market right now, take a look at the playlist, and I'll see you again real soon.